In a dramatic escalation in the heart of the Middle East, two suspected Iranian drones struck the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, setting off a fire and triggering emergency security protocols across the region. The incident unfolded in the early hours of Tuesday morning, when a loud blast shattered the silence around the diplomatic compound in Saudi Arabia. According to Reuters, flames were seen rising from the embassy grounds shortly after the explosion. Sources familiar with the situation described the blaze as minor, but the symbolism of the strike is anything but small. CNN reports that no injuries have been confirmed, yet the geopolitical impact could prove far more severe. A direct strike on a U.S. diplomatic facility marks a bold and dangerous moment in an already volatile region. The U.S. mission to Saudi Arabia swiftly issued a shelter-in-place order for American personnel in Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dhahran. Non-essential travel to military installations has now been restricted, underscoring fears of further escalation. The advisory stretches far beyond Saudi borders. It now applies to Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, the occupied West Bank and Gaza, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, the United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. This is not a local alert, it is a regional alarm. In a strongly worded statement posted on X, Mora Namdar, Assistant Secretary for Consular Affairs, urged U.S. citizens to depart now from the listed countries using commercial transportation due to what she described as serious safety risks. The language was urgent, direct, and unmistakable. Earlier, the U.S. Embassy in Amman, Jordan, announced that its personnel had departed the diplomatic site due to a threat. That move now appears part of a broader pattern of heightened readiness. The strike in Riyadh, the evacuations in Amman, and the calls for Americans to exit the Middle East all point to one conclusion: the region stands at a precarious crossroads. Washington has not yet publicly confirmed Iranian responsibility, but if verified, this would mark one of the most audacious direct confrontations involving a U.S. diplomatic mission in recent years. For now, the fire may be contained. The diplomatic fallout is only just beginning. A stunning charge from inside the Gulf. A Saudi official has accused the United States of abandoning its Arab allies and redirecting its air defense systems to protect Israel. The claim comes as Iranian drones and missiles target multiple locations across the region. The official alleged that Gulf states hosting American bases were left exposed to Iranian strikes, even as Saudi Arabia and Qatar reportedly intercepted incoming drones. The message from Riyadh's circles was blunt. The regional war shadow, it appears, is widening fast. A Saudi official has accused the United States of prioritizing Israel's defense over its Gulf partners. According to the official, Washington abandoned us and redirected its air defense to protect Israel, leaving Gulf states hosting American military installations vulnerable to Iranian retaliation. The remark reflects mounting frustration in parts of the Gulf as tensions escalate between Iran and Israel, with U.S. assets increasingly drawn into the crossfire. The United States maintains significant military deployments across Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Bahrain, installations that now sit within potential range of Iranian operations. Iran's security leadership has signaled that operations will continue. A senior Iranian security official reportedly warned that American facilities would be attacked as long as they are under U.S. control. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Corps claimed it targeted several U.S. bases in retaliatory operations. Gulf hosts some of the most critical U.S. military infrastructure in the world. In Qatar, Al Udeid Air Base serves as a major regional command hub. In Bahrain, the United States Navy Fifth Fleet operates as a central maritime force. These installations function as logistical and operational nerve centers for American presence in the Middle East. At the same time, Saudi Arabia has been urging fellow Gulf states to tread carefully, warning against actions that could inflame tensions with Tehran and pull the region into an even wider conflagration. It's a breathtaking balancing act: intercept incoming threats and defend national skies, but avoid the kind of provocation that could trigger a full-blown regional war. For the Gulf monarchies, containment now appears to be the only immediate strategy, a desperate effort to keep the violence from spiraling further and dragging their nations into a broader catastrophe.
For the second straight day, Iran's retaliatory strikes have spread beyond military targets and into the heart of the Gulf region's commercial and diplomatic hubs. In Abu Dhabi, debris from an intercepted drone damaged part of a complex housing the Israeli embassy and several international missions. The incident caused minor injuries to a woman and her child, according to the Emirates State Media Office. The debris struck the facade of the Etihad Towers complex after an interception triggered loud blasts heard across the capital, Reuters reported. Iran had vowed to target U.S. bases in the region following weekend strikes by Washington and Israel, but the widening pattern of attacks is now affecting civilian and commercial areas across major Gulf cities. In Dubai, 2 people were injured when shrapnel from intercepted drones fell onto residential homes. Overnight, damage was reported at Dubai International Airport, the landmark Burj Al Arab Hotel, and the Palm Jumeirah Island. At Jebel Ali Port, thick black smoke rose after debris from an intercepted missile sparked a fire at one of the berths. State-owned logistics giant DP World has temporarily paused operations at the port as a precaution. The company cited recent regional developments and government directives. Jebel Ali Port and its adjacent free trade zone account for more than a third of Dubai's gross domestic product and handle around 10% of global container traffic. The implications for trade and shipping could be significant. Large plumes of smoke were also seen rising from Abu Dhabi's Zayed port area, according to witnesses. In neighboring Oman, which had previously been spared, 2 drones struck the Duqm commercial port, wounding 1 worker. The development marks a notable expansion of the conflict's footprint. Blasts were also heard in Doha and across parts of the Gulf, underscoring how far the reverberations are spreading. Iran describes the strikes as retaliation, but the second day of attacks suggests a widening theater that now threatens aviation corridors, trade arteries, and diplomatic compounds. What began as a military exchange is rapidly impacting the economic lifelines of the Gulf. From embassy compounds to global shipping hubs, the region's stability is facing one of its most severe tests in years.